Hello, everyone.
Hi, everybody.
I'm Ioana,
I'm Sarah.
and today we're here to show you the brand spanking new Luxio Build Colors.
I love Luxio Build. Okay, on the Sarah from Polished Pinkies, it was probably, well, now we're at the end of April. So it was right before April started, and I found out that these were coming out. I was so excited because Luxio Build is one of my ultimate love of gels. And when they said they were coming out in colors, I'm like, ah!
Yes, that was me too.
Yes!
Yes, when I saw the announcement, I was over the moon. So now we have Build in 3 new shades. But before we get to show you the new shades, I want to talk a little bit about Build. What is Build? So Build is a flexible builder gel. Very flexible. You can build an apex with it, arches, you can give structure to the nail, but it's not very strong. So it will flex with the nail if you have clients who have very bendy nails or get lifting at the free edge a lot. Build would be a good product to try because it flexes with the natural nail. And Build does require a base. My favorite base to use with Build is X-Bond. These two are an amazing duo. And this is what I'll be using on Sarah today. I'm doing Sarah's nails. So we decided to hop on here to show you the new shades in action. So we will be using X-Bond as our base with Build.
I really do. I've always been a big fan of Luxio Build. All of these products, you can get them at polishedpinkiespro.com or on the Polished Pinkies Pro app. Ioana is one of our accents educators. So if you have questions about accents products, please shout them out because she is here to help in every way.
Yes. Okay, we're going to start with a very thin layer of X-Bond. X-Bond is such a thin, watery base, so you have to use it sparingly, very sparingly, in a very minimal amount.
There was a time in my career that I used X-Bond like you would use Luxio Luxio base. That's not a good idea. Don't do that. I'm going to have
you sit as still as you can. I'm trying to do this with the phone in front of me. And also don't touch the skin.
Don't do it.
But it's okay. All right. I'm going to go in.
Okay.
What I'm doing right now, I'm locking it in place for a few seconds. That way it's not running into the sidewalls or cuticles.
We have a question if you use primer first.
No, I do not use primer first.
Why don't you use primer?
I do not notice a difference if I use a primer or not. Of course, you can use primer if you have nails that are damaged or, you do have issues with lifting. By all means, do use a primer. But with the accent system, I don't see a difference if I use a primer or not. So I just skip the step. Go in.
Since you told me that, I stopped using primer and I haven't noticed a difference.
Right?
It was a big leap of faith. I was like, I'm going to have a nervous breakdown, but it worked out. It did.
Yeah. So by all means, if it gives you peace of mind, go ahead and use it. But just know that it's not always necessary.
Not on every client, right?
Not on every client. If your prep is on point and using the right product for the client, yeah.
She said, thank you.
Go in. You're welcome. All accents. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. She touched the little arm stand, but I don't think it moved. All accents products are a 30-second cure. However, when I use colored bases, like we are using today, the tinted bases, the tinted build, if I use like a colored Trinity or something that has a lot of color to it, I prefer to cure it for longer. That way I don't run into
Is
issues.
that an anxiety issue or is that a chemist suggestion?
So per accents directions, if you use them in like a thin layer, it's all 30-second. But however, when you start building structure or applying it more, because that's when, they don't know how much thicker you're applying. Yeah, they don't know how much you apply it. So they always say when you do that, you have to cure it for longer. But when you apply it in a thin layer, it's always 30 seconds. So when building in particular, I always like to cure longer, just to make sure.
That makes sense. Butterfly Your Nails, Adalia is asking, to use Builder, do you need to put Luxio base first or with any bonding will be fine?
Luxio Build. When you're, I think Luxio Build is compatible with other bases as well. So it does well with Magpie base coats. It does well with Luminary. So any base coat.
Whatever base coat is appropriate for your client.
For your client, yes.
For adhesion, right?
Yes, Luxio Build plays nice with other brands as well. So if you don't want to use X-Bond, you can definitely use other base coats that you have tried. They're tried and true, that you love and you know are successful.
Got it. So what do you love about Build? I want to know what you love because I...
The self-leveling, first of all.
Such a
my goodness,
dream.
it's beautiful. Have you come out?
It's like the most easiest gel you could work with.
Okay, I'm going to do clear on, let's do clear on index, and then I'm going to do the colored, the color build on the other ones. So I like to use an art brush to help me with my product application. And let's see, I'm using an ugly duckling brush for that, if I can find it. It's here somewhere. Sure. Yes, I'll be using the ugly duckling striper brush for this. This is any art brush that you use will be fine for this. So I'm going to use Build Clear for this. I'm almost out of this one. You don't need a lot of product. I'm going to start first with a slip layer. Make sure we get close to the side walls, but not touching. And then I'm going to grab a bigger bead.
I also like that it's not a very hot gel.
It can get spicy.
It can get spicy, but I don't find it to be like intense. I feel like there's a slight heat spike and then it's done.
Yeah. Oh, fuzzies. Hello. Yeah, definitely. It depends on how thick you apply the product. And I'm sorry if I'm speaking too loud, everybody, because my face is right next to the phone. So if you hear my voice very loud, or if you hear me breathing, that's why.
Even with a small amount of product, it self-levels like a boss.
Oh, yes. It's beautiful. You always make sure you check that free edge. We don't want to have a hump there.
Now, when you flash cure Build, how long do you like to flash cure it?
I'm going to flip you upside down just so I can check. So when I flip her upside down, I'm checking for my apex to see where it is located. Looks good. Go back, and I'm going to have you go in. Honestly, I don't flash cure because I work one hand at a time.
Oh, so
I usually switch hands. Yes. But today I am flash curing Sarah because we're working on one hand only. But usually I will not. So 10 seconds for me is good enough.
So that everybody knows that I did have a heat spike. It was slight. It lasted for 1 second total. I counted 1/1000 and it was gone. So it is like so minimal if it's there. Okay,
now we're switching to a color. First one we're using Build Porcelain, and this is a milky white shade. Absolutely stunning. If you have Luxio Koi, this is the sister of Luxio Koi, but I feel like it has more pigment than Koi. This with Koi, beautiful.
What a
yeah.
combo.
So let me get a little bit of product. See, I'm having product on one side of my brush only. Let's do this one.
Cosmo by Caden is asking, I use Luminary and get lifting at the free edge a lot. If they're lifting at the free edge is there lifting at the free edge with this product?
Lifting at the free edge, I feel like it can happen with any product. What shape of nails do your clients have? Are they long nails? Short nails? Do they have square nails? Do they have corners? Do they have strong C curves? I have a lot of questions. Mostly I want to know if it's something that it's going to happen with any product you try, or if it's something. Okay, so now I'm applying more. And with a colored base, I like to go side to side because we want to try to get that even coverage.
She said usually short, rounded.
All right. Yeah. Lifting at the fridge is a tricky one because it can be the lifestyle of your client. It could be the prep. It could be, just the
dryness of their
nails.
The
dryness of the nail, yes. I personally have very dry natural nails, and they will lift and separate at the free edge no matter what product I use.
No matter where you put the apex, no matter what?
No matter, yes. My nails just like literally curl and separate, and I'm going to flip you upside down and just separate away from the product.
So you could have lifting at the free edge with this product.
You could,
but there's so
could.
much that goes into it, right?
Yes.
So it's not as easy as to say that this product is good or
right.
bad for that.
A lot of times for lifting at the free edge, a flexible product will do better because it will flex with that free edge. Mm-hmm. So you could definitely give it a try and see if it'll work better because it's more flexible than Luminary for sure.
Right.
So it would be worth a try, but I don't know if that's going to be the solution. I guess you don't know until you try. So see with milky bases, see how you can see little spots there where even though, see, my line of light is good, but then you see...
where it's a little sheer?
Yes. So I'm just going to go ahead and apply just a tad more, even though it really doesn't matter because we are not going to leave it. We're going to apply color on top of it. And when
but this could be used, like if you
yes.
were doing like a layer of koi, you might see that shadowing.
Yes, absolutely. So, or if I just wanted to top coat it and be done, you would see the shadowing.
Okay. Butterfly Your Nails is asking, with Build, if I am not pro applying it, can I finish, file, or buff to get a better shape?
Absolutely. Yes, it can be finish filed.
Cosmo by Caden is asking, how often would you say to do a removal? I usually just remove the lifted parts at the free edge and do a fill.
Will you repeat that, please?
I will. How often would you say to do a removal? I usually just remove the lifted parts at the free edge and do a fill.
Yes, I don't think you need to do a removal, like just for the sake of it. If you've removed the lifted parts and the product's still good, looks good, is still in good shape, then I don't see a need for
a full removal.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Next up, we're going to try Build Devote.
Before you show that color,
yes.
Just letting you know, this one had a slight heat spike. I wasn't paying attention, so I did pull my hand out because it was like, oh, that's hot, but I was also talking. But it was not like severe. It was like, oh, it got hot.
I also did apply it a little bit thicker so I could get that opaqueness. Next up, we have Build Devote. And this is a very, very sheer pink. You're going to see this when I'm going to apply it on Sarah's nails. We can see the nail through it because it's very sheer, has a sheerness to it. So it doesn't matter how thick you apply this one, it's never going to get fully opaque because that's just how the product.
This one's going to give life to the nail plate though.
Oh, yes.
It's going to make it so pretty.
These are beautiful for French, when you want to have that... the little something, but you still want to be able to see the natural nail through it. Absolutely. Okay, that's probably a bit much. I should wipe my white off my brush. There we go. I hope I'm in frame. Please let me know if I'm not. Okay. Oh, I saw a fuzzy. Did you see it?
Nope.
Where'd it go? I'm going to flip you for a second.
Okay.
And the beautiful part about these colors, I'm going to show you after we're done applying it on the nail, that they have matching colors. So if you want a little bit more intensity, you can definitely add a layer of sheer. You can still keep the sheerness, but then you can have that a bit more color.
Sheridan saying, ooh, that's pretty.
Isn't it gorgeous?
Go in. What color was this one again?
That one is Devote.
Devote.
That one's spicy, I can see.
No, I'm just preparing because I don't know what to expect because it's a colored base. So I'm like, is it going to be? But no, these are not. The spice is like literally 1 second long.
Good.
Not unbearable.
Okay, next up, the last color of the new Luxio builds is Build Fawn.
This one is probably my favorite only because of its matching color.
This is basically Luxio blush, but in a builder gel.
Blush is like underwear for your nails. It is so perfect. It will hide imperfections. It makes everything look how it should.
I'm going to show them. I have this little hair there sticking out of my brush. Do you see it? Sometimes when the brush gets stuck in the bottle, it just has these little pokies. So what I like to do is I like to take some old nippers me just flip that off because it's going to bug me and it's going to get into my application. So what I do, I take my nippers, clip it at the base, and we're done. Now I can proceed.
Good tip.
All right. And this is Fawn. Build Fawn. Again, very sheer, very similar to Devote. It's not gonna be full coverage. I feel like porcelain is the most opaque out of the three.
But that Devote is really pretty.
Isn't it gorgeous?
It's very pretty. Very delicate, very feminine. It's just like, ooh, that's nice.
See how I didn't even have to do much to self-level this. I just applied it and let it sit for a second, and it's just...
I love it.
It's done, yeah. Again, I'm going to flip her upside down. Can you see in here? I see I have more product here towards the tip, so I'm just going to bring it back a little bit. I'm going to bring that back towards the center of the nail plate where I want it to be. I'm going to flip her back. All right, go in, and you can stay in the whole time.
Thank you.
Actually, we still have the thumb. What color do you want on the thumb?
That one was the spiciest.
The pinky?
But it could have been because it's on a pinky. Maybe, I don't know.
I don't know.
But it still lasts 1 second. But that one was like, okay, I felt that.
Okay, since you love fawn, we're going to do fawn on the thumb as well. Let's
It's
do that.
beautiful.
Even though Devote, I think Devote's my favorite.
It is lovely, but I just love me
back.
some Luxio blush.
It's a good one.
Like, ooh, this is so pretty.
Again, we're doing a slip layer first.
Anna from Shamox, hello. She says beautiful form and color.
Thank you. Yes, beautiful colors. See, like look at that. Like I didn't do anything. I just applied it, and
easy.
it's like, oh, it's beautiful. I love Build. Like it's such an effortless. I don't know. It's effortless to work with.
It really is. Which actually can speed up your time.
Absolutely.
When I'm working on
Don't go
my
in just yet.
client, then I would do like one nail and then you go to the next one. The first one is self-leveling itself. You're just doing a quick repair. Then while you're quickly repairing, the second one is self-leveling. And so you can do 2 nails very quickly. And in the lamp they go like boop, boop, boop.
Yes.
Gel Nails by Teresa. I joined a few minutes late. What base did you use?
Go in. We used X Bond. So today we're showing you the new shades of Luxio Build. And we used X Bond as our base and then Luxio Build on top. Luxio Build requires a base.
An X Bond is one of those watery bases where you're just going to put it on very thin.
Yes. And I wanted to show you while she's in the lab curing, I want to show you the color comparison. So I'm going to swatch here on a paper the colors of the new shades so you can see them. Okay, first one was Devote. And then I'm going to show you how they compare to current colors that we have in bases or other colors. So we have Devote here. You can see it's a sheer cool pink, very pretty. And then we have Fawn. Can you see how it's more brown than Devote? It has like a brown undertone, but still pink. And then we have Porcelain. Right here. And now I want to show you how they compare to existing colors. The closest colors to Devote would be Delicate. This is Delicate. But my Delicate, can you see how this is the swatch? It's almost identical. But my Delicate, I've had this for a while. Look at this. It changed colors on me, which is fine. It can happen with some colors. Like if you have them for a long, long time and then you don't...
And then you never use it.
Yeah,
you never
it just... It happens. So, but I'm going to show you with this one just in case. But you see how it's It's not the same. Look at the difference.
Delicate is definitely like
But
that
just so you
cool
know,
pink.
Delicate would be the equivalent of Build Devote.
Yep.
And then Fawn, we have Blush. This
A
is
Walker
Blush.
215 is asking if we'll save the live. Absolutely. We will save the live here on Polish Pinkies Pros.
So next to Fawn, I'm swatching Blush, and you can see it's identical, pretty much. Gorgeous. And the equivalent of porcelain is Koi. So imagine doing porcelain and then Koi on top. Oh,
So
stunning.
pretty. And also so easy. A lot of
Yes.
people have a hard time with Koi, so this is going to help.
Absolutely. Especially if you want a bit more coverage, you want that extra. But you know, sometimes I find myself when I use Koi, I'm like, oh, but I want it to be
I want it to be a little bit more. And,
yes.
And I think people want it to be, and so then it starts to run because they put a little bit too much.
Yes.
And that's where they're having difficulties because they want it to be a little more coverage. So this is going to help with that coverage. For
And
sure.
we also have bases. So you can do base, build, and color on top. And then you have, boom, the whole.
Yep.
So we have base stark, which is that milky white base that would go with porcelain and Koi. And then I have these little travel sizes. This is base natural.
Adalia is asking, how does that middle one compare with Luxio Base Nudist you're about to show?
Yeah, so this is base natural.
Yep.
This is closest to Devote to the top one. Even though it's more pink, so it's closer to my Delicate there. And then this is Nudist. Nudist is the closest to Blush, I think.
I agree.
So we're going to show you this. Which shade did she ask?
For Nudist. That one.
There you go. Almost identical. So if you want base, build, and color all the same,
Love it.
gorgeous.
Absolutely.
That way you can get more
gorgeous.
coverage out of all of them. Yes, so there we have them. The
Beautiful.
new shades, the
So
matching colors.
all of
and see your hand
these
again.
3 new Luxio builds will be available tomorrow. Tomorrow is April 28th.
Is it?
Is it?
I
Is
don't
that tomorrow? Okay, well, tomorrow's Friday. They release officially on May 1st, which is next Monday. So they will be available at polishedpinkieспro.com or on the Polish Pinkies Pro app tomorrow morning. So you'll be able to place your order, and then we'll be able to start shipping them on Monday.
Let me show you one more time the colors. Any other questions before we go?
We have from Cosmo by Caden, if they wanted to change colors, would you do a removal or does a full work as well?
I would file down to the
I think it does a fill work as well. Go ahead.
I would do a fill. I will file it down to remove most of the color and then just do
Just
clear
treat it.
or whatever color I want on
The
top.
only time you're going to get into trouble is if you're using the white one and you're doing a French manicure.
Yes.
That's the only time that it matters. Other than that, I would just do a fill too.
Yes, or any sheer color on top that you're using,
Sure.
it will show off.
Sure,
So
sure.
that's when you would remove most of it.
Let's see. Would you still use X-Bond under the base?
No.
Could.
You could. You could.
If you like the adhesion of X-Bond, you could use it underneath of the colored bases.
Absolutely.
But
That's-
it's not required.
Yeah.
You could just use base. And then Adalia asked, I just placed an order with PP and I couldn't find the builder shades and Nudist is out of stock. Nudist is coming back in stock. We should be receiving our order today, and these new shades don't go online until tomorrow. And that's why.
There we
Oh,
go.
she says that's why I didn't see them. I was a day early. Yes.
Perfect. So these are the new build shades. Such a beautiful product. We love it. It's a favorite.
Such a
I hope
favorite.
you were able to see on the video how easy it is to work with.
Yep. For
I'm
being
so
a
excited.
flexible gel, this is probably my favorite. And then for the hard gels, I love Trinity.
Oh yes.
So flexible versus hard. Yeah.
Gorgeous products. We hope you enjoy them. I hope you get your hands on them because
Absolutely.
I was literally so excited to have them. Like yes, finally.
Build.
It's a stunning product.
Absolutely.
All right, everybody.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks for joining us.
See ya.
Bye.